The beat of the band, the flying of flags, and the excitement of the sirens. What's not to love about a parade? Here in Naperville, there are 4 major ones each year, plus a permanent one that lives on the thoroughfare known as Rubin's Way. The Century Walk team unveiled the 100-foot Parade of the Century mural back in 2011. Only problem was,
if you have a parade, what's a parade without spectators?
And from that thought, Naperville Loves the Parade was born. The 132-foot mural came about from a collaboration between Century Walk chairman Brand Babowski and artist Diosdado Mondero, who pictured the perfect Americana depiction of our town.
I suggested, let's do it like a Norman Rockwell style, because of Naperville being a tight, family-oriented community, and he loved that idea.
The group rallied behind the idea, which focused on creating a pictorial history of the people and places of Naperville. The opposing wall was quickly secured thanks to the generosity of the Rubin family, who had also donated the parade mural space. They had a bit of a vested interest in the past of the town themselves.
Grandparents came to town after immigrating, and they established a dry goods store. Grandfather also was a contractor and built 3 flats down in the city. With the establishment, though, of the dry goods store, which were in a number of different spaces in downtown over the years, the other family members came and settled in Naperville and all worked in the store over the period of many, many years.
It seemed a natural fit to place the original Rubin store within the mural, but how would they fill in the rest? The Century Walk team opened it up to the public, offering individuals and businesses an opportunity to ensure their spot in history by offering a donation. This allowed the group to recoup over $220,000 in expenses and make this a more true-to-life depiction of a typical parade here in town.
I think that it's turned into a marvelous display. Not only people, but buildings, children, dogs, grandchildren, people waving at parades and looking around to see who they know in a parade. It's hometown personified, and a lot of the people on the wall are not necessarily from Naperville, but have come to adopt the city as their own.
The lifelike quality of each subject, whether a messy kid or a straight-laced soldier, was no easy task to master. Diosdado started his process with a series of photos.
What it is, and I take my camera and do several poses. And then once I know and I get the shot, because it just kind of bruised from there as my eyes and my mind as I'm taking the picture, I could visualize what they could do, and then I would let them act it out.
But one parade goer, suggested by Brand, wasn't able to make his photo shoot, understandably.
So one day he calls me up and he had this great idea. Hey, that spot on the beginning of the wall, let's put Joe Naper in there, pretending like he came back from the past.
We conjured him up, waking up like Rip Van Winkle, and what is going on here? He doesn't know he's losing all his instruments.
Since the subjects weren't all shot in the same frame, or even century, Diosdado had to create that illusion using layers and depth.
The sunlight or light is coming around this side of the face and the left side, and if some of the photos are not the same, I just add simple shadows to at least keep that consistency.
It was a technique replicated by the rest of his team, Adelavis Genova of Woodridge, and 2 Napervillians, Marian Leeson Kuhn and apprentice Ashley Samek. Kuhn herself was especially drawn to the painting.
And we're on the tractor, so we're kind of representing the farming heritage that Naperville is, because my ancestors settled here in like the middle 1800s. We're on the John Deere tractor, which was my dad's, and my mom and dad are in the front, and I'm painting my dad's hat, which has the Listen Farm on it.
And there's a story like that for every spot on the wall.
Of course, this is, we call it the Little Way. It's now Maison Smith, but it's Little Way. And it's where Jim Cliff and his family grew up, and then he was the restaurateur there for many years. It's a wonderful restaurant. And then Fair Manufacturing, which was once the largest manufacturer of upholstery furniture in the world.
The part I love is with Officer Brian, city police who patrols So we have him on the wall, and he's giving me a ticket. So I want to throw myself in there. I'm acting it out like I got like several tickets in my hand, and you know, he has the poker face.
We want it to be a thing that people will come and look, and maybe each time they come, they'll see something different they hadn't noticed before. And if you kind of study things, you'll see where there's little innuendo and outright suggestions, and they're funny. And I love the one of Tom Kuhn coming out of the barber shop, and the barbers have left him to come and see the parade, and he's pointing to his head, "What about me?"
One person definitely not left behind, Greg Holdeman, whose likeness is painted into the mural over 20 times as Naperville's own version of Where's Waldo. His image, along with all the others, was preserved with a medium that might surprise you. Just your regular household paint. The secret is in the seal.
And I found a company online that makes these two-part epoxy mix, and they use it for highway signs. Very, very impressed when first time I applied the sealer, and when it dried, it dried like hard plastic.
That final coat is key to making this 47th piece of artwork in the Century Walk last for many lifetimes, giving it a permanence that is just what the team envisioned when they began their mission to pepper the downtown with artwork back in 1996. The initial idea came from Brand after a trip to Canada.
He had visited a city there with murals, and Brand walked around and photographed the walls and came up with the idea of creating this wonderful community of all types of art, not just murals.
His dream realized, you can now find works of art around almost every corner of downtown Naperville. The concept has grown so popular, it's even become a part of some development plans.
They would be providing something at the site anyhow, so why not put public art in? And a nice private partnership really between the developer and our 501c3. So that's something that's on the horizon, and I have to say it's been worth the effort.
All the hard work on this latest project paid off at its dedication on Labor Day, when community members turned out to catch a glimpse of a familiar face among the more than 310 featured.
I think it's pretty good. I think they're kind on my jaw. It usually sticks out a little more. They were nice.
And we came to all the parades, and we lived close and we could walk downtown. I think that it's very appropriate. We're staying there. And then if you can see, there's a Marine in full regalia next to us.
Right.
He would like that.
I believe anybody who's been involved at all in the downtown and in the city in general can walk down the wall here and identify friends and acquaintances, so it's fun.
Other people can write, sing, dance, be carpenters, be artists, and that's a creativity, and that's man. So this is an expression to me of the character of Naperville.
Generations past and present, united together forever, celebrating the town they love.